It's so nice seeing the names I recognize. Thank you so much for joining. That's very exciting. Hopefully, I will get to teach you something new today and take you on a bit of a journey into my world and on how I see reality, which is a bit different sometimes to the norm. So I'm really excited. I hope that you get a lot out of this webinar today. I'm really excited to share all this knowledge, which I've gleaned over 20 years of travel and studying all over the world with so many different gurus and spiritual teachers and shamans and yoga, just really collecting all this knowledge and really enjoying the effect it has on our life when we just come from an energy perspective. So I think we'll begin, but please feel free to unmute and ask questions whenever you want. I prefer that than you writing a message. So please just unmute yourself, ask a question, make a statement, because it helps everybody learn and understand when we do that. So let's begin. So are you ready to journey down the rabbit hole? So you need to have an open mind with all the things I'm going to be talking about this evening. And it's where we're going to bring ancient wisdom and modern science together. It's actually where spirituality and science align. That is the basis of all energy healing, whatever modality. And for those of you who have seen me and have spent some time with me know that I do see the world like a fairy tale, because I understand that it's our energy that actually creates our reality. So let's begin. And as I say, please jump in. I'm going to go quite deep here. So any questions, just ask away. So in order to understand energy healing, the first thing we need is to actually understand what is energy. So energy is everywhere and it's in everything. Everything we know on this planet and in the universe are particles vibrating at different speeds. And we as humans, we're also made of energy. So energy is all around us. It's limitless and it has wisdom and intellect, which I'll explain a bit more later. And what I love about knowing that we are just energy is that energy connects us to everything. Everything on this planet is connected energetically. So to begin, just accept and go with it that everything is energy, and the rest will be easier to assimilate and understand. So Nikola Tesla, he knew this, and he actually said, if you wish to understand the universe, think of energy, frequency, and vibration. So this eminent scientist, this absolute genius, broke everything down into just energy. So this is the basis of what I'm going to be talking about today. So everything is energy, and to understand energy healing, you must first accept that everything is made up of energy and emits a frequency. So whatever we're talking about, whether it's us humans, any object we interact with, all the space around us, every thought that comes out of that comes into our mind, and every word that comes out of our mouth, every action we take, and every reaction we have to other people, to any situation around us, is all energy. It's just vibrating at different speeds and emitting different frequencies. So here's an example of things that emit energy. This is called Chilean photography. It's actually really old, from the 1800s. And of course, as technology has developed, so has the ability to take these energy-based photos. What Chilean photography does is it manages to capture the energy emitted by things. So here we have a leaf, a flower, and even a wrench, all emitting a type of energy that is caught on camera. And then more interestingly, if you look on the right side, the pictures I've put up of food, what we've got here on the far right are uncooked raw tomato and broccoli. You can see they're shining brightly. At that point, they're emitting a really high, strong energy. On the left of those are cooked tomato and cooked broccoli. So they still emit some quite nice energy, but nothing in comparison to their raw state. And then underneath those two pictures are what we call superfoods, just two examples of the superfood group. There's goji berries and raw cacao. Look at the energy they transmit. This just blows my mind. So when we understand that everything is energy and everything translates into energy that we bring into our energy field or into our energy body, I certainly want to bring in those high energy foods. So, you know, we should basically be living on goji berries and cacao in order to bring that bright, colorful, strong energy into our physical body, and then that will emit into our energy fields around us. So pay attention to every piece of food that you put in your body, because it does have an energetic consequence on the energy you transmit and emit as a human. And we are made of energy. We have different types of energy throughout the human body. So we have the thermal energy, which is based on the body temperature, and that's the picture I've put up there. So this is thermal imaging, and it shows our temperature at a given time. And this is what they use when they're trying to locate people who are maybe lost in the mountains, so that they can find the heat of the body in comparison to the terrain around it. So it's a very strong thermal energy that we emit constantly as humans. Then we have mechanical energy. That's related to how we're moving, the movement of the human body. Electrical energy comes from brain signals, thought patterns, things like this. And then we have the chemical energy, which is our physical makeup. So all these four things are constantly emitting energy out. So we store energy and then we emit it out. So here's a picture of someone's energy field. So this is called gas discharge visualization scan. It actually is a more advanced form of Kirlian photography, where it looks at the gas discharge just around the human body, and then it gives a summary of that in a digital form. So this is what a human energy field looks like. So you can see that it comes out all the way into an egg-like shape. For most of us normal humans, it's around 2 to 3 feet around us in a nice big egg. For people who have low energy, who are a bit more contracted and have a smaller energy field, we don't really feel them so much. So that'll be the type of person that will sit next to you at lunch and you don't even realize they've turned up. You'll all of a sudden look over and say, oh my gosh, when did you get here? It's not anything to do with their goodness as a human or, you know, their personality per se. It's to do whether their energy is contracted or expanded. In comparison to that, we have people who we just know are in the room before we actually even see them. That's because they have really strong, big energy fields around them. Because we connect to everybody energetically first. Our energy bodies actually speak before we even open our mouths. And this is why when we meet someone for the first time, we instantly get an all-knowing feeling whether we're going to get on with them or not, whether we want to spend time with them or not, whether we want to exchange energy with them or not. So we play with energy constantly throughout our day. So for example, you head over to a friend's house for dinner, you know, give the box of chocolates and flowers, everyone's smiling and happy. But the minute you go into that house, you can just feel that they've just had an argument. That's energy right there. So we're constantly interacting, and we all know someone, if they're in a bad mood in the office, it will actually bring the entire office energy down. That's because of the energy they're transmitting, and they have a strong energy field, which completely has an effect on everybody's energy as humans, but also the environment's energy around. So the human bioenergy field is really important when understanding how you interact with other people, how you interact with situations, and why you attract certain people into your life, and why you really don't want to be around others. It's all to do with our biomagnetic energy field. Now, a perfectly enlightened person will have a nice smooth outline of an egg shape around them, but most of us are more like electrical signals coming out like this. And that's because constantly throughout the day, we're being bombarded by different situations on all levels. All our senses are reacting to what's happening in and how we're being stimulated in the world around us. But the important thing is to try and keep a protected energy field around you at all times. And then that will actually keep you really safe, in control. You'll feel very strong, and you'll be able to really dictate who you allow in and who you want to keep out. So here's Chilean photography again, this time of human parts. So the first is a handprint. Now just pay attention to the center of that palm. We have a massive chakra just here. And for those of you who are energy healers or come to any energy healing practices that I do, we know as energy practitioners that we transmit around 7 to 8 hertz out of the center of our hand when we do energy healing. This has been measured by modern science. So this part of our body is super important because it does allow us to emit energy in a more laser-like way. And then every person is going to have a different fields of energy around them, but this is just to show you that we are just energy vibrating. So our energy fields, our biomagnetic energy fields, is how we describe it in science. In spirituality, which predates science by 10,000 years, we call it the aura. Now, what the ancient wisdom keepers and yogis knew is that we were constantly transmitting energy. And they knew that came from our chakras, which I'm going to talk a bit about later. But look at these photos here. These are, again, Carillion photos of people's auras. And you'll see how different they are. And the colors are really important because those colors relate to the chakras, and the chakras relate to what's happening in our lives. So just by looking at the aura of someone, or analyzing the aura through different modalities such as Reiki or using crystal pendulums or intuitive readings, we can actually tell how someone is acting in their life, what frequencies they're putting out, and therefore what frequencies they're attracting back in respect of people, situations, events, what they're manifesting and what they're blocking. So all of us have a specific aura, but it changes constantly because all energy is constantly contracting and expanding. It's growing and it's coming back in. And depending on what's going on, how we're reacting to things in our life experience will change our aura continuously. So let's go into the chakras. So as I said, it's the chakras that really make up our aura. And the chakras are wheels of energy. It's a Sanskrit word. And there's 7 main chakras. Those run up the center line of the body and the spine. And if you look at them, they're the colors of the rainbow, from the root chakra, sacral chakra, solar plexus chakra, heart chakra, throat chakra, third eye chakra, and then the crown chakra. So each of these chakras are swirling wheels of energy, and they are just constantly storing and emitting energy out. As I said, they relate to every aspect of our life experience. And I can tell more about the physical, emotional, mental, and spiritual, and even their environmental health of a person by looking at the chakras than having a 1-hour conversation with them. Because as humans, we tend to move away from our truth, and we say things that we feel that people want to hear about us. And it's very rare for us to show the vulnerability to tell people our actual authentic truth, our real fears, how we really talk to ourselves. We put on a face so that we're not judged by anyone else. When it comes to chakras, chakras can't lie. They're just energy. They're just a frequency, and they react by our thoughts, our words, our actions, and our reactions. So looking at the chakras and which are blocked, which are balanced, which are underactive, which are overactive, and which are in transition allows me as an energy therapist to work out how we can rebalance those things and therefore balance your life experience. And now you understand that you are fully responsible for your energy field, for the energy you store, the energy you allow into your field, and the energy you emit into your field and therefore out into your experience. Now it's your responsibility to decide what information you want to put in there. So you can choose what energy, what frequency you want to emit. So is that going to be high frequency or is that going to be low frequency? Because whatever frequency you choose to put out there, you're going to attract that same frequency back to you. And so when we come into energy healing, Reiki, crystals, intuitive healing, what we're actually doing is simply giving you a fresh start. We're giving you a blank canvas where we align all the chakras. We remove any non-serving energy. We allow energy that doesn't belong to you, that you've let into your field, to actually release back out of your field. And therefore, we bring you into a perfect flowing balance. And usually that lasts for 4 or 5 days without you having to do a thing after an energy session. But if you start taking responsibility and then you start saying, okay, what words, what thoughts, what actions, how am I going to react? What am I putting in my environment? Who am I socializing with? What food am I eating? When you start looking at all of these things, you can actually keep your energy as high as you want all the time. And at our essence, we are just high energy. It's only when we come into negative thought patterns, words, etc., that we come away from our true high energy. So we actually don't really need to cultivate that much high energy. What we need to do is actually remove the low vibration, negative energy, and that will naturally bring us back into a higher frequency. Okay, I hope you guys are with me so far. We've only just started. It's going to go a bit deeper in a minute. So, as I keep saying, thoughts, words, actions, reactions, they are all have an effect on your energy field. What we've got here are the Emoto water experiments. Emoto was an incredible scientist. What he proved was that thoughts and words affect the crystalline structure of water. He would have a group of people saying different words to water. Some of this water was very pure filtered water. Some was distilled water. Some was water out of a tap. Some was water out of a lake. Some even out of polluted areas. And then he asked these people to constantly project a word and thought to that water. He then froze the water, sliced it, and put it under a microscope. And what he found is fascinating. Look at all these images I've put on screen for you. Water changed its structure based on what was being projected into it through a frequency of words and thoughts. So thank you, wisdom, truth, eternal, I love you. Look how beautiful those structures are. But now have a look at you fool, you make me sick, evil, absolutely horrible. It makes me actually cringe a bit when I look at that crystalline structure. That was regular water that changed into something beautiful when saying that thank you, but turned into something really, really sludgy when told you make me sick. And the bottom 2 photos on the right-hand side, super interesting. This was polluted water. They had people pray to that water. It turned the structure, it's a before and after photo, it turned that polluted water structure into a beautiful crystal, like snowflake effect. So seeing these photos for me is an absolute visual of your power to change the structure of your energy. And also pay attention, we know that we're made up of 70% water. So every time you say to yourself, oh, I'm so stupid, oh, I'm so unlucky, nothing good ever happens to me, you are creating those sludgy structures in 70% of your physical body. When you thank yourself, when you nurture yourself, when you're kind and compassionate with yourself, you will turn into a whole body of snowflakes. And again, I know what I'd rather be. So every emotion has a frequency, and these frequencies have now been measured by science. And here's a cone of emotional vibration frequencies, and just look at them. It's absolutely phenomenal. Look at all the fear-based, the shame, the guilt, the apathy, the grief. All of these are really low frequency. We put those into our energy field, we're going to be attracting everything low frequency into our life experience. Let's look at the higher realms: love, joy, peace, acceptance, willingness, all of these things, higher vibration. I choose to put that frequency into my energy field through thoughts, words, actions, reactions, my environment, the people I socialize with, and the food I'm eating, the exercise I'm doing, the water I'm drinking. I put all of that in and watch how energy changes. Your frequency raises naturally. We naturally want to be in a high vibration place, but you have control of what thoughts and emotions you put in there to keep it high or low vibration. So I talked that energy is all around us. It's invisible. We call it subtle or light energy. As I said, it's constantly expanding and contracting. And we know this from science. Many modalities of science prove the whole universe is in a constant state of expansion and contraction. We know that energy converts and changes all the time. And we know that it emits from everywhere, including planets. And just remember, planets have a big effect on us. Whether you believe in astrology and horoscopes or not, we know that things like the moon affect the tides on Earth. Again, remember, we are 70% water. So the moon can move tides. Imagine what movement that does to us in our physical body as well. So everything is constantly interacting and reacting on an energy level. And we know also that energy is limitless. It's been studied by quantum physics now since the 1950s, and Einstein was studying it. We call it the dark universe or dark energy, and it actually makes up 70% of the universe. And here's a picture of it taken at CERN that studies quantum mechanics and particles. So this is what this invisible energy looks like all throughout the universe when broken down into its particle state. So we know that dark energy makes up 70% of the universe, and we know that dark matter makes up 25% of the universe. And we know that mass energy, so all the physical things, us, the sofa, the cushion, food, everything we can touch, everything physical, is only 5%. So there's no definite explanation about what's going on, but I'm sure it will come. But what we do know is that this energy is limitless, and it's constantly interacting with us as humans. So now we're really going to start going deep down the rabbit hole. For any of you who are interested in quantum mechanics, there's a great documentary. It's pretty dated now, but it's called What the Bleep Do We Know? And it takes you through a really easy to understand way of processing the fact that we are all energy interacting on an energy level. And what quantum mechanics has proven is that this dark energy is affected by the observer or the interactor. So there is an objective intellectual energy all around us, and it behaves differently depending on how we observe it and interact with it. So we can choose our interactions. And when we do, it will change the intellectual's energy, relationship, and reaction to us. The double slit experiment is the most famous quantum mechanics experiment there is. It actually was first done in the 1800s, but more recently with advanced technology, it's proving more and more how simply interacting and observing with this space energy, this dark energy around us, we will change it. And what happens is we change the waves and particles, and I'm going to talk you through that picture on the right. So when shooting light particles through two slits onto a photo sensitive board behind, when no one was in the room and these light particles were just getting sent out, they were just going in random patterns. So that's A and B. They were just going in absolute random patterns. However, when they started observing it through technology or humans, the bottom two photos started happening. They started getting a lot more aligned until the particles actually turned into and changed into waves and created the line pattern. So this double split experiment showed that when not observed, light particles will just go everywhere. But once they realize there's someone watching what they're doing, they become uniformed. This is just mind-blowing stuff. Now let's relate that back to energy, your energy, and it's just mind-blowing. You will react differently energetically with every single person, thing, object, situation that you interact with. And you will change the energy of all those things to match what you need at that point. So you have complete power through awareness and observing your behaviors to create your reality. So Max Planck was really pivotal in this movement. He studied and researched with Einstein in the 1950s. And this is what he said: "In all my research, I have never come across matter. To me, the term matter implies a bundle of energy which is given form by an intellectual spirit." So we're not going to argue with Max Planck, one of the founding fathers of modern day science. He knew that all energy has intellect. So the next thing is that energy connects us to all around us. We are one with everything. And I think a great way of demonstrating this is the butterfly effect. You may have heard about the butterfly effect. What it says is that should a butterfly flap its wings, it's enough to cause a momentum that will create a tornado in another part of the world. So something as small as a butterfly wing flutter can cause a tornado. So what this is saying, and this was again found by a meteorologist and a mathematician called Edward Lawrence, so again, scientifically proven. What this shows us is a small change can actually lead to very big and different outcomes. So by us making a very small change in our energy field, by changing how we speak to ourselves, changing our thoughts, changing how we communicate with other people, how we behave, what and who we put in our environment, it can have a very different outcome. So we can change everything into positive by making a very small change in our energy field. And it's really incredible to know that we have this power. So everything, no matter how tiny, affects everything else. And for every action, there is a reaction. So let's now go more into where spirituality and science align. So basically, ancient civilizations, Egyptians, Persians, Catars, Greeks, they all understood the holistic energy healing. They even had some hands-on healing practices like the Reiki we use today, but they all used energy to heal on a emotional, mental, physical, and connection to their gods modality. So everybody was connecting to their own energy and then using that energy to connect to something greater than them. And then the philosophers like Pythagoras, Plato, Hippocrates, they all knew that the healing properties of energy and energy manipulation, they wrote about it. And now we have quantum physics, where we know that we interact with and we attract energy. We have neuroplasticity. I guess the most famous person for that would be Joe Dispenza. He healed himself from a broken back by understanding he could actually change the frequency, the neural pathways in his brain through his thoughts. I mean, it's just mind-blowing. He's living evidence of the power we have to change our frequency and heal our physical body completely through thoughts. And then we have the law of resonance. This was very much one of Einstein and Planck's gifts to us. What the law of resonance says, and this is a natural law of physics, it says that the same frequencies react. So how does this affect us? So if I put a high frequency of kindness, love, compassion, forgiveness into my energy fields through the way I speak to myself, the way I speak to others, the thoughts I allow in my head, the lack of distraction, just coming inwards rather than looking outwards all the time, the people I socialize with, the food I eat. If I change that into a higher vibration of love, compassion, kindness, acceptance, forgiveness, I will attract all those similar frequencies back to me. It's impossible for it to be any other way. It's the law of resonance. Frequencies of the same vibration attract frequencies of the same vibration. And this may help you understand why you keep attracting the same people into your life. They just have different faces, but always the same interactions with them, always going down the same path with boyfriends and girlfriends, you know, always falling into the same traps with family members. It's because the frequency we're putting out is resonating with that part of their frequency. We then have another natural law of physics called the law of entrainment. And what this says is that vibrations must synchronize to the highest frequency movement or vibration in an area. So this was actually found by a Dutch scientist way back, hundreds of years ago, a couple of hundred years ago, and he went into the clock shop because he had a broken clock. And when he entered that clock shop, to his complete surprise, all the pendulums on the clock were in complete alignment and synchronicity. That was impossible back then. Science had not understood that something small and something big could synchronize in movement. Prior to him researching this and coming up with the law of entrainment, something small would not be able to vibrate at the same frequency as something large. They would be out of sequence. But the law of entrainment tells us that if we bring a high vibration into our energy field or push a high vibration, emit it out into our life, we will entrain and synchronize anything that's not aligned with it into our vibration. Again, you've got great power knowing that. If I want to attract a kind, loving, strong, conscious man into my experience and have a life partner who respects me, I have to be strong, confident, and respectful of myself first, or I'll never attract that to me. It's impossible. You will attract what you put out. You will change anything that's lower vibration that comes into your energy field, and you can choose to help others change by emitting high frequency. And entrainment is basically how energy healing works. So here's a great quote by Joe Dispenza. He says, the presence of synchronizing your energy to a potential is the process by when, honestly, I have to put my glasses on. Isn't this terrible? Oh my God, okay. The process of synchronizing your energy to a potential is the process by which we create new things in our lives. So whatever new thing you want in your life, change your energy and it will synchronize. He's talking right there about the law of entrainment and the law of resonance. All right, I hope I've still got you with me and you're holding on. Ask if you've got any questions. So we now understand we are energy. We understand we're responsible for the energy we put in, the energy we emit. We understand that we can actually change our energy and raise it to a higher vibration. And we understand that if we emit high vibration, we can actually help synchronize and raise the vibration of people, situations, and the environment around us. So how do you raise your energy? Well, there's 5 areas where you can personally change your energy. Your physical, this will be food, hydration, movement. What are you doing with your physical body? High vibration or low vibration stuff? Are you going to eat a salad or are you going to go to Pizza Hut? You know the difference. Putting high vibration food into your body will help you raise your energy. Drinking good quality water is the same. And of course, doing movement practices, going to the gym, walking, again, raise your energy. Emotionally, just having awareness and not suppressing our emotions. Being okay that we're emotional creatures as humans and allowing them to come and go, just like the waves on an ocean, knowing that we're going to hit a peak. And even sometimes it may feel that we'll never get to the top, but we always do. And we always come out the other side. Nothing's permanent. So allow yourself to ride those emotional waves and don't suppress your emotions, knowing full well that those emotions will pass and you will be able to thrive again. Our mental energy creation usually comes from our stress response. Do we remain calm or do we get activated and triggered and self-sabotage? Check out where you are mentally all the time and come inwards and ask yourself, how does this reaction, how does this word, how does this thought actually serve me being in a higher vibration? And change it. And then we have the spiritual, the connection to oneness, whether that's to the divine, to God, or to all the people around you. Connectiveness and oneness is key to being in a higher vibration and accepting that we are just a very, very, very small drop in a vast ocean. And then finally, we have our environment. So we can choose what and who we put into our space. It's our choice. If you start raising your vibration, you'll find that almost magically, those people that don't serve you on a higher level won't be interacting with you as much or in the same way. They'll either entrain, synchronize up to your higher frequency, or if they're not willing to do that, they'll just stay away from you because your frequencies aren't attracting the law of resonance. So ask yourself all the time, where am I emitting high energy and where am I emitting low energy? And you only have to look at these 5 areas to figure out where it is. So I really invite you all to pay much more attention and take responsibility for your high vibration energy creation. And when you're in a low vibration, don't blame other people or situations, accept that it's your energy attracting a low energy back. All right, so I just thought this was interesting to give you some more images of the human field and the energy we're transmitting. So the one on the left is a sick person. You can see lots of holes in that energy. Now, when we've got holes in the energy, we leave space for energy that doesn't belong to us to come in as well. You know, it can really get hooked and attached and come in. And that's when we just don't feel ourselves, when things just don't feel right. The middle one is a healthy human. And the other one is someone who is actually over-energizing, which again is not good for us. We want to be calm. Balance is the key to happiness. So you know that you attract the frequency that you emit. It's called resonance. You know that you can transform low energy into high energy. That's called entrainment. And you can unblock any stuck or stagnant energy by bringing energy into your energy field. So how energy healing works, I'm going to use Reiki as an example. You come in with your energy fields all over the place, emitted from your chakras, because your chakras are going to be responsible for your physical, emotional, mental, spiritual connection. And so you're going to come into this. Some are going to be blocked Some are going to be overactive, some are going to be underactive, some are going to be transitioning. So as an energy healer, what we do is we actually open up your energy field and tune it in to Reiki energy or a high healing energy vibration that's in the universe all around us, that dark matter. We do this through ancient techniques that have been passed down for generations. So we tune your energy field in as though it's just the same as a phone tuning into Wi-Fi. Now, once that energy starts downloading into your energy field, entrainment starts. Reiki energy is a pure high vibration frequency. I bring that into your energy field. Every energy in your energy field has two options. They're going to synchronize and come up to your energy, or they're going to actually physically leave your energy field. And what's really interesting is that as you know, and as doing Reiki, we actually feel when energy leaves the energy field. It's quite remarkable. And this is why after energy healing, you actually feel really, really calm, relaxed, and balanced, because we've removed all those imbalances in the flow to let you resonate and attract flowing things back to you. So here's some examples of how you can raise your energy and energy healing. We have meditation, yoga, as I said, Reiki, we have crystals, we have biomagnetic technology. So let me go through each of these for you. Again, please jump in if you've got any questions. I know I am like really taking you on a journey here. So meditation is a great way to raise your energy. You can do it in a class, you can do it on your own, you can do it for 1 minute, you can do it for a whole hour. You can go to Vipassana and you can sit in meditation for 10 hours. It's a great way to raise your energy. It's about being present and knowing now is the only truth. By coming into the present and knowing that now is the only truth, truth is a super high vibration and will instantly start synchronizing your energy field to that higher vibration. It's all about being aware of where you are and accepting where you are as what it is, without judgment, without blame, without trying to change it. And surrendering all control in the moment by releasing resistance, just allowing yourself to just be where you are as you are. It actually has a massive shift in energy, and it's one of my favorite things to do and to teach, because it's almost instantaneous, the reaction that you will have. So you can raise your energy into a positive state of being simply by meditating. So here's another GDR, and this is someone before meditation, the same person after meditation. Look at the difference that can do. So if you haven't tried meditation, please feel free, come to any of the classes at Illuminations. There's lots of different varieties. It doesn't mean sitting down, cross-legged, chanting Om at all. You can do lots of different types of meditation that resonate with you in order to get that energy field elevated. I should say, actually, I've got a brand new meditation and mindfulness course. So if you're interested in level 1, which is the beginner's level, please contact Illuminations, and I can actually train you in how to use meditation to raise your energy. Yoga is another great way. Yoga is what changed my life. I was a martial artist and I couldn't get the kicks. I couldn't get the turnouts. And someone said, have you tried this thing called yoga? You'll get really flexible and your martial arts will be much better. So I went to yoga, and I don't know what happened, but after one class, something clicked and something changed in me. And I just felt so amazing after a really hard class. I couldn't believe how good I felt. And soon, over a few months, the martial arts started going down to maybe once a week. And I was doing more and more yoga until yoga completely took over. So yoga at its essence is an energy practice. The postures are actually ways that we activate the chakras and the energy flow. The fact that we get a nice body from yoga is just a byproduct. Yoga is an energy practice. We draw in telluric earth energy, grounding energy through our feet, and we bring in cosmic high vibration energy through our into our aura, usually when we're bringing up our hands, but it's constantly showering down on us. So different postures activate different chakras, and different sequences and flows will actually move the energy around your energy field. So if you go to yoga, start paying attention to how good you feel afterwards. And it's not a physical thing, that's an energetic thing. And now we also have Reiki and pranic healing. I've spoken about this already. So energy is either in harmony or disrupted. In harmony, energy is in strong communication. So our chakras, our nadis are all communicating, everything's in flow. We have a nice egg shape around us. Or they're disruptive. That's where there's weak communication between the energy. So Reiki highlights what the disruptive lines are, and then we'll actually rebalance them through entrainment. So it restores the vibration in your energy field into its natural state, which is high vibration. And as a result, health is restored on mental, emotional, physical, and spiritual levels. So it's really incredible. So it works through the law of entrainment by synchronizing to the higher frequency. But the outcome that you get from energy healing is the law of resonance. After a high energy practice, you leave that consultation room, that treatment room, full of high energy. You will instantly start attracting high vibration things into your life. And here's another example. This is the same person. Their photo taken before and after a healing session. So don't underestimate what any of these healing practices can do for you. We now have evidence of how it changes the energy you emit as a human. Crystal healing is another of my favorites. I must say I'm extremely obsessed with crystals because they are such a powerful healing tool that we can use, very much connected to the earth energy, but connects to us and everything around us, drawing in and emitting energy. So you match the crystal for the purpose that, or the desired outcome. So you want to concentrate because you have a big exam coming up. You find the crystal that will help you with that. Now, I know that's fluorite. You get that crystal and you bring it into your energy field. You will start resonating with the frequency of the fluorite. It will start raising your vibration, raising your focus, and raising your concentration. So crystals store mechanical energy. We can actually also program crystals. So if we want to choose a crystal to do something very specific, we can actually program them to manifest. So it's very, very interesting. Same way we use it to heal, we program them to be healing crystals. So just bringing a crystal into your energy field is all it takes to synchronize imbalances and blockages, the law of entrainment. So this is a very scientific way to see how crystal healing works. So basically, we put mechanical energy into the crystal. So a thought, I program it. I tell this crystal, your job is to heal. Your job is to balance the crown chakra. What happens then is that crystal stores that energy. This was proven in the 1950s by an IBM scientist called Vogel, if you want to look it up. He actually found that crystals store information the same way a magnetic tape stores and records the sound of voice. It's incredible. So once we program the crystal by putting in mechanical energy, it actually changes that energy into electrical energy. And it's that electrical energy, that pure frequency, that will come and work in your energy field, balancing chakras, unblocking any blocked energy in the nadis or the chakras or the meridians. So crystal healing is a phenomenal way to work on raising your energy. And finally, we have biomagnetic technology. So this again has been around for a long time. In fact, Einstein was looking at this kind of equipment back in the 1950s, and he actually called it spooky because how we can use frequency to scan the body and find out what's wrong with us on a physical, mental, emotional level. It can even look at your chakras. It can look at your aura. It can tell you by putting impulses through your body and then those bouncing off. It can actually pinpoint specific diseases, allergies, all sorts of stuff. It's fantastic. And so you can change the frequency then and use it as a treatment device. And you can actually push the healing frequency specific to that disease to destroy it. It's one of the most phenomenal pieces of technology we have today in frequency healing. And it's actually, you'll usually find it called a Rife healing or quantum resonance analyzer. All these things are the same things. putting frequencies into the body, and then the information gets back, then transferring that to destroy that energy that doesn't serve you. So I've given you quite a few ways to think about raising your energy. This is just a picture of the computer scan using that biomagnetic technology. So it scans the body, it pinpoints where there's any disease, and then it will actually destroy that disease through frequency only. Magical stuff. So I've come to the end. So I hope that you got a very deep understanding about how powerful you are and how powerful frequency healing is. Whether that is through any modality, it doesn't matter. For me, I just know that you are all capable of having a fulfilled, sustained, happy, balanced life. And you do that through changing your energy. It does not mean you have to live in perfect balance. You can choose to seek the pleasures. Go and grab a brunch. Go and have that bar of chocolate. Go and watch a really, really, really violent film. It doesn't matter what you do. You can choose to go off that path, but know you've created a low vibration that you need to then raise up through entrainment by looking at one of those 5 areas: physical, emotional, mental, spiritual environment, in order to make up for the low vibration you've put in your field. So take responsibility for your own energy. No one else is to blame. Only you are there to create your reality. Nobody else, nothing external, no object, no situation, no event can do that. Only you can. So come inside, listen to the words, your inner voice, how you speak to other people, what thoughts you're transmitting, how you're acting, how you're reacting to things that are outside of you, and make them high vibration. Because when you do that, I promise you, you will have a happy, healthy life. And that's all I want for you guys. You know, I love seeing you at Illuminations. I love chatting with you, finding out what's going on and pinpointing the energy and balance in your energy field. But at the end of the day, I want you to be able to do this yourself. That is where we all need to try and be, so that we can just really enjoy this time on this incredibly beautiful planet. So I'm going to leave you with one of my favorite quotes from Albert Einstein. I quote this all the time. Everything is energy, and that's all there is to it. Match the frequency of the reality you want, and you cannot help but get that reality. It can be no other way. This is not philosophy. This is physics. So I hope that you understand that life can be this fairy tale. Just allow yourself to change your frequency and create your life, and watch the magic happen. The magic is all around you. You just have to be ready to see it. So that's all I've got to say. Has anyone got any questions or comments, or do they want to share anything? Please feel free to unmute and ask away. No? Okay, no problem. I hope that it wasn't really a light webinar. You'll probably be wide awake at night thinking about everything and how you can change your experience through energy. Let me just go through a few things I've got going on then. Maybe you're interested. It would be lovely to work with you either on a healing session, or if you want to come to one of my many courses to help raise your vibration. Reiki level 3 is on this Friday and Saturday. That's the master practitioner level. We have an amazing retreat planned next Thursday, 24th of June. It's a 4-hour retreat at the farm. It includes dinner, and I have a guest host like no other. Her name is Amanda Lee Falkenberg. She is the international award-winning composer of a symphony called The Moons, and she comes from a spiritual connection with the moons, and she actually was working with NASA scientists as well as the astronauts, and collaborating with them to come up with the energy of the moons and how that can be related into music and frequency. She is incredible. I'm so excited. We're going to be doing meditations, lunar and moon rituals. We're going to be drawing in that moon energy in order to release blockages. through different practices and different ceremonies. It's going to be incredible. I really hope some of you will be able to join me there. I can't wait. We have Reiki level 1, that's the beginner's level, that's on the 25th of June. So we'll be running that. Level 2 will be on later on in the 16th and 17th of July. I've written two brand new courses, meditation and mindfulness and crystal healing and chakra balancing. We've already run level 1 once and they were great successes, and we're going to run them again in July and August. So do have a look at those dates. If you fancy joining and learning a bit more about how you can raise your vibration through meditation, chakra balancing and crystal healing. So again, we've got 5 minutes. Anyone want to say anything?
Thank you very much, Ingrid. I enjoy a lot.
Oh, thank you for joining. Have you got any questions?
No, thank you very much.
Oh, well, thank you for saying thank you. We've just raised each other's vibrations. So.
Hi, Ingrid.
Hi.
Hey, I just wanted to ask about that device that you were speaking about.
Yes, now they actually have one over in, they have it in Illuminations over in Abu Dhabi. And we're hoping that, because I've worked with this a long time, for many years. And
right.
Yeah, so you can find it under Rife Technology.
What is that again? Sorry.
Rife, R-I-F-E.
Okay, Rife Technology.
Or there's a brand that they actually called Spooky after Einstein's, exclamation that this was all spooky. So there's a brand there. The technology is getting more and more advanced every day. So you can find them, and then you basically run it through a normal computer. It's a computer program. You hold on to these 2 rods. There's different modalities. Some of them, they put the frequency through headphones. It's mind-blowing.
I think we're going to need a tutorial from you.
Fantastic. It'll be my honor.
Right.
Anything
I'll try
to
to find
you, Joanna.
Yeah, thank you so much. I'll try to find it. If not, I'll message you.
Message me and I'll give you some links. I can put you in touch with someone
that would be great.
who I know that knows all about this stuff, for sure.
That would be lovely. God bless you.
Thanks
you,
for
Ingrid.
joining.
Appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Ingrid, I have a question, please, if I may.
Yeah, sure.
Strawberry Moon Retreat, is that open to kind of people who haven't been through a healing?
100%. This is designed as a meditation kind of connection retreat. We've got Amanda's going to be talking about her music and the energy. So it's actually, it's for everybody. Anyone who wants to eat nice foods and do a few nice practices and just get really connected inwardly and outwardly. I can't wait. It's going to be magical. So yes, anyone at any level of their understanding will have a great experience there.
Great, thank you. And my second question is, all your courses or all your trainings, I guess we need to start at level 1 because we are beginners, but is that to heal, like use Reiki to heal others, or is self-healing as well?
Yes, so Reiki 1 is self-healing and healing others, but not at a practitioner level. Level 2, you actually become a practitioner where you can actually start holding proper healing sessions and charging for it. But level 1, you learn how to self-heal and how to heal those people around you. You learn all the foundations in level 1. And the same with crystal healing and chakra balancing and my meditation. Level 1 is the foundation so that you understand at your absolute core what you're doing. So then level 2, you will have the deep knowledge to carry on and then help others raise their vibration and heal. And then I even have level 3 on each of these courses where you can become a master practitioner and even learn how to guide meditations and become a teacher of crystal healing and chakra balancing yourself. So they're all 3 levels.
Amazing, thank you.
Thank you. Hi, anyone else got any questions? No. Okay, well, guys, thank you so much. It's always lovely to spend time with you, and hopefully see you guys in person at some point soon. If not, please feel free to reach out to Illuminations if you need to get in touch with me. I'm always there for you. My only purpose is to make sure that I can spread this information as far as possible so that we can look to ourselves to have this most glorious, healthy life and stop going to the outside in allopathic medicine. We don't need it, we've got ourselves. So if I can help you in any way, please reach out to Illuminations. I'll be there for you. So until I see you, have a great evening. Take care. Bye.
Thank you.
Bye.